Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Alicia of SlayBabes Beauty. We're going to jump right in and show you how to do this beautiful ginger orange look. Brows are done, so we're going to start with the eyes. First thing, we're going to go with our MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot. And we're going to use this shade to go ahead and use it as our base on our eyelids, and we're gonna go ahead and pop that in. Make sure that is blended all the way. There is concealer underneath where I did my eyebrows, so I'm gonna make sure I go ahead and bring that Pro Longwear Paint Pot all the way up to where my concealer is so it blends together perfectly. Next, we're going to go into our Juvia's Place, the Rebel Honey palette, and we're going to go in with this beautiful sunset orange shade. And we're going to take that orange shade and we're going to go right underneath the brow bone. And we're going to go ahead and start bringing this orange color to life. This orange color, again, is placed primarily where I have that concealer under my brows. Not too much on the paint pot because we're going to do a little bit more of an intricate eyeshadow design today. So I just want to make sure I get window wiper motions going across the crease. And we have that orange popping. Next, we're going to go in with our next palette. This is the Ace Beaute Classical Paradise palette. We're going to go in with this another orange shade, which is called Vegetation. And I slowed it down so you guys can see I'm going in a V pattern. This is the easiest way for me to create that sunset type of look. So I'm just going to use that again in a V pattern. I'm going to go each side of my eyelids so I can get them as symmetrical as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure those both get packed in really good and then go ahead and blend it out. And next, we're going to go in with the same palette and we're going to take this next yellow shade and we're going to go on the outer edges of where I placed the orange. And we're going to go ahead and start by packing it in. And then little by little, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the orange. If you are new to our channel, I'm here to say 1, welcome, and 2, if you're going to try any of these looks, make sure you blend, okay? If you're not getting arthritis cramps from blending, honey, you are not blending enough. So with this look, especially in any other type of makeup look, we're using multiple colors. Make sure you blend really good so all your colors mesh together. And if at any point I feel like I have lost a color, meaning a color starts to fade out, always be okay with going back in with your original color and your original brushes to make sure that color pops as much as you want it to. So now going back in with that original orange shade from the Juvia's Place palette, I'm going to take that original brush that I used and I'm just going ahead and blend out the edges of the two other colors I placed on my lid so there's no harsh lines on the ends. I just want to make sure that it's nice and soft on the outer portions but nice and blend in the middle. Next, we're going with Glamlite's Dirty Martini, and we're going to go in with this orange pineapple shimmer shade, which looks so gorgeous on the eyelids. And I'm just going to go ahead and place that in the middle. I did, of course, start with a brush just to pack it on, but for this palette, I noticed that going in with your finger is much easier. So once I have it packed on really good, I just go in with my finger to place more. And then I'm using a very tiny detailed brush just to blend the corners of where the orange and the shimmer shade meet. Again, I think that step can be avoided, but I think it looks better when you do it blended. Also from Glamlite, I'm going to go in with their Calligraphy pen. This is their black eyeliner pen that was released, I don't know how many years ago. But I definitely love this and I always like to bring it out whenever I'm doing a wing liner because it is perfectly sharp and smooth and it just never dries out, which I think is so lovely. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a wing liner. I see a lot of people not do wing liners for sunsets and I started to do an orange wing liner, but I was like, yeah, might as well go ahead and define the eyes some more. So I'm just going in again with black. So now we are pretty much all complete with the eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the little bit of fallout that I did have from the shimmer palette. And once we are all done with that, we're going to go ahead and start with our face. So per usual, you know I want to go in with my Milk Hydrogrip first. I'm going to take that primer and I'm just going to make sure I smooth it in every nook and cranny and crease I have on my face. And then we're going to go ahead and pack that in until it's all tacky. Next, we're going to go in with another fade. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder, and we're going to go ahead and press that in where we placed our primer. I do this primarily now in the summertime. This is a great way to beat the summer heat, especially if you live in an area like mine that is very humid. So what you're doing is just basically setting that primer before you go in with our foundation, which is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. And this foundation is very, very matte. So if you're one of my dry babes, I probably wouldn't recommend this, but for the oily girls like myself or combination, go ahead and try. So I just went ahead and sprayed my face. That was a Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, per usual, of course. I know I'm boring, but anyway, we're gonna take that. And that just helps me move around the foundation while also setting it in place. And this foundation does work really well. However, this is more of my fall spring shade. So while it does work well for the skin, you'll see as it oxidizes, it turns a little bit red. So I'm adding a little bit more foundation here and there. However, it is starting to mismatch my skin. So I'm just going to go ahead with some Pat McGrath. And this foundation for me is a little more on the yellow side. So I'm just going to take those two undertones, mix them together, and you'll see we'll come up with the perfect match for me. I wish I could marry these two. But next we're going to take our foundation, and this is by, you know what, I don't know if it's List Beauty or LYS Beauty. I don't know, it's almost like NYX Cosmetics, or is it NYX, you know? But anyway, we're going to take that concealer, and then next I'm going to go in with my Beauty Bakerie concealer, and I'm going to add that to the middle. So sorry for going off on a tangent there. I'll make sure, of course, to have everything listed in the description box. But once I have my two concealers placed, of course, always waiting for it to dry down just a bit, I'm going to take my beauty blender, which is soaked with water and dampened with setting spray. So taking the beauty blender, wetting it, wringing it out real good, putting setting spray on top of it. And then that's how I get my concealer to go on and then not move, which is a good and bad thing, except you better be going at a very quick pace because it will set and you will have to start over. So once my concealer is all placed, I'm going to go in with the brush that I use for my foundation. And I want to make sure there's no harsh lines between my foundation and the concealer before I go in with my contour. And this is another contour balm. I have been in Sephora quite a lot these past couple months. And of course, a lot of the new companies have come up with contour balms. And I'm kind of here for it. This one is in, I won't say my super favorite. It brings a lot of warmth, that's for sure. I know that's what, you know, the girlies are going for. To me, I like to be a little bit more snatched. So it's like not a super bad thing, but you know, just for me, my preference, you could say. So it's very warm. But so I went in with a little bit more just to see if I can get more of that snatched, because after my children, I have a little bit more of a rounder face rather than my oval face that I used to have. So I just want to make sure I have some definition when I'm catching that light. After that is done, I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer. This is the Givenchy. This is the Prisme Libre. This is in the shade 5 Popeline Mimosa. And I'm going to take that setting powder and I'm going to go right underneath my eyes, on my forehead, on my smile lines, down my nose, pretty much everywhere, again, where I set that concealer at. And I'm going to make sure I press that in really good before I go in with my brush. And I'm just going to use that brush to go ahead and swipe it away. You don't want to bake because adding that much concealer, you will start to look cakey. So you want to just go ahead and press it in the skin as much as possible, and then go ahead and dust it right off. I always go back and make sure I hit my smile lines really good. And then of course, again, I did want some more of a contour, so this is my Black Radiance True Complexion contour palette. This is like one of the best contour palettes a drugstore line could ever have created. If you are a new makeup beginner, I highly recommend this. I want to say this is somewhere between $10 and $12, but definitely I always make sure to grab this when I'm at Target. If I'm running low, if I just haven't seen it in a while, you definitely want to keep this in your kit. After I am all done with that, we're going to go in with our Sephora blush. I believe this shade is called Tiger Lily, and this is a beautiful orange blush. I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the roses of my cheek. I'm going to go in some more with that contour palette, and I'm just going to snatch my nose just a little bit more. And then of course going back in with my setting spray to make sure everything just sits in place. Don't move, stay where I put you, sit right there. So I'm just drenching my face there, and while it's still wet, I like to go back in again and press in the powder where my smile lines are. Next, we're going to take some mascara. This is the Milk Kush mascara, and I'm just going to go ahead and bleed that into my eyelashes. Love this mascara. This was sent to me in a PR box after I won a competition. Haven't put it down since. We're going to go back in with our first orange shade, and we're going to use that to go ahead and color in our waterline. So I'm just placing that orange right at the bottom. If you just had on fresh makeup, make sure not to touch your face. So that's why you see me using that triangle puff. You don't want any fingerprints or any type of water markings, anything once you've done your makeup. So just a little makeup artist tip. Don't want to touch the face again after you set it. And I'm just going to go in next with the Colourpop pencil. This is a lilac shade. I don't know why. I started to do a nude, but I was like, I don't know. I feel like this purple would just pop. And I believe this shade color is called Amethyst Hour. And that purple just, I don't know, it just did it for me. You can barely see it when my eyes are all the way open because of how my eyes are shaped, but up close, that orange, it was bringing it. So once that is done, I'm going to go in with some more mascara, and I just want to make sure I coat my lashes really good because I'm going to put on these beautiful fluffy lashes from FineDrip. This is from their Baddie collection, and this is in the style Act Up, because what I'm going to do when I put these lashes on, act up. Exactly. You see the face? It's giving already. Fenty Beauty is going to provide our highlighter today. This is in the Cognac Candy. Again, if you haven't noticed, total orange thing I made sure to get all the orange makeup I could find to create this look. So Cognac Candy, we're going to put that on our cheeks, put that on the bridge of our nose, and that's it for the face. Honestly, we are all done. We're going to go on with our lips. So this, of course, is from NYX Cosmetics, and I'm just going to line that brown up all the way around. Y'all know how I am about my lips, so I'm just going to make sure I get that really good, and I want to make sure I bring up more of a contour pattern on my lips. So I'm going to bring that up on the edges before I go in with my Sephora lipstick, and this is in their Lip Stories. I don't know if they have names. I know they have numbers, but I'll double check, of course. Link it in the description box. But that's all for the face, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and blend the lip liner to the lipstick, but I just love how this ombre came out. The orange was popping. We did that, y'all. We did that. I hope y'all are able to recreate this. I saw the girlies on Instagram was loving the orange as well, so you know, I had to put a little 2 cents in my little recreation. And then, of course, I need to add a little bit more gloss because I need my lips to be popping, okay? The eyes are bringing it. The lips can't be matte, y'all. Not today. Y'all know I'm a matte lipstick girl, but no, today she had to come through. And then I also purchased this wig from AF Sister Wig. And this is their ginger wig, which, of course, yes, again, in the description box. I am not a wig professional, so before y'all start, I know, okay? I know. Once y'all teach me how to put a wig on professionally, customize it, do all the extra stuff, believe me, we're gonna be bomb. But as far as it goes with hair, this is why I like to be bald, like team bald head forever. Because sitting here doing my hair every day, an absolute no, not for me. But I'm just gonna curl my hair as best as I could. Again, very much so beginner stage. But you know, the curls, she did what she had to do. So I'm just gonna curl the ends of the hair, pull up them down, make sure they are blended together. I did watch that on the YouTube. If you don't want to comb through the curls, you want to just use your fingers. So I did do that. Yes, that was my week 1 of my YouTube University of how to style your wig. But I'm just gonna again curl it up, get my little coils going, and then I'm just going to finger comb the ends of it. And then we are pretty much all done with my hair, with my makeup. We are ready to go. I don't know why I say ready to go, because I really have nowhere to go. I'm going to go stunt in Target as I usually do, but everything came out good. So I'm just going ahead and fluffing out the curls again with my fingers. I took the comb and just smoothed out the top portion. I wanted to just frame the face with the curls, but just keeping the va-va-voom portion more towards the ends of the hair. But that is it. We're gonna go ahead and get dressed for the day. And that's it. We are done. We have created this beautiful, beautiful, colorful look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us today. If you were able to recreate, of course, tag me on Instagram. Otherwise, please like this video if you enjoyed what you saw and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next time, Slay Babes.